One of the big surprises at Watches and Wonders this year was Raymond Weil's debut at the show with a series of really compelling vintage-inspired watches at a great price point. That's what we're talking about today on Worn and Wound. I'm Kazan, managing editor. Let's get into it. The first watch we look at today is the new Moon Phase, which is a 39.5mm diameter case and a great example of what makes this collection special. And to me, that's really the quality of the finishing. You can see it on the dial and you can see it on the case. The press photos, as always, don't really do the watch justice, but to see it in person is to kind of understand the the quality and the execution of the watch. There's at least 3 different types of dial treatments on this watch in the different sectors. And the case finishing is really precise with brushed case flanks and a polished bezel piece. It's really very nice looking and well executed for a watch that costs around $2,000. It's really quite good. The sector dial concept has been really popular over the last few years, and you all know the heavy hitters in that community of watches. And I think if you're interested in that sort of style, the Raymond Weil is really worth your attention. So it's a really good value compared to a lot of those other watches that you might be cross-shopping with it if you're interested in this type of style. Raymond Weil, for a variety of reasons, just hasn't been embraced by the enthusiast community over the last several years, but they're making a play here with the Millesime collection, and I think it's worthwhile. The other watches that we have here are also new, 35mm versions of basically the same design that we saw on the 39mm platform. These watches are really nice. They feel genuinely like vintage watches in a way that a lot of watches try to feel like vintage watches but don't necessarily succeed. It all comes down to the size and the proportions and also just the aesthetic of the sector dial layout. This of course has like a silver sector colorway, and we also have this blue colorway, and this watch in particular has diamonds on the lugs, so it's marketed more towards a female collector. But yeah, obviously anyone can wear this. Just kind of goes to show the breadth of styles that can be incorporated into a watch design like this. If you're looking for a watch in this style, this vintage-inspired kind of design language, Raymond Weil might not be the first brand that you've thought of, but they're making a play for the enthusiast market in a really interesting way, and I think they're worth paying attention to. If you want to learn more about these watches, check out the Worn and Wound website. We'll have a link in the description, and we'll see you again soon.